Okay, this is my art note, visual art note in 2003. So that's very first one, my bunny and the imagination of all the things I draw. And that's my imagination supermarket. People can drive through into the market and have the trade with her and all those little robots to fix the site and replace the price, and people can rise themselves to reach the higher shelves. That's an interesting one. A little hoodoo cat and a dog plays his magic craft to do the exorcism or something like that, with a lot of mouth, the big mouth. Oh, and that's a big scenes. That's multi-perspective scenes capture of people doing violence, and then the policeman try to catch them, so it's from far behind the cars robbing, and then people hijacking a truck, and until the FBI or the special squad drop down from the bridge, and few of them are actually ordering pizza and with the guy's delivery. So it's a different scenes and different perspective. That one is for the Mardi Gras, or say Prime month of Adelaide. People are doing gathering event in square, and that's during the World Cup. Few of these matches I'm drawing with the photos. And that's nightclub. And that's another fantasy drawing. A little underwater flock kinds of aliens capture the mermaid and use them to generate some power or energy they wanted. I have actually a watercolor paintings about it, so that was almost like an extension of the story. Okay, that's from Chinese story scenes, kinds of adventure of the guy called Xiao Yi Zhang. So, yeah, that's from a dragonfly's cocoon I catch from my lottery pot, and I come up with these little scenes, and they become different kinds of little alien sheets, and then they just hanging there. And that's my imagination in my studio when I was drawing. My mom's coming over, and then lots of animals and creatures all turning from my object surrounding. Okay, that's unfinished one. A hellhounds come from a devil. That's my mom. Harvest some fluids from our gardens. I'm waiting on the bus station. Yeah, that's my garden too. I'm doing a lot of garden planning with my mom this year. Try to replace some of these poles and to support the dragon fruit and build a new garden bed. And then that was me on a different location. That's not multiple hands or helpers around. And that's my neighbor's car, parking quite close to our yard. All right, that's close up. I was trying to build up a new hanging shade for my melons. So my mom's just used her special force to help me to stand the pose. And that's we find out the little owl roosting from the backyard mulberry tree. So yeah, that's the observation about her. And she's moved around. I think it's left us. That's I built a little nets for him or her. But no, he didn't use that net. And that's my student in the studio. When they are painting something, all other students just mess around, throwing the pigments and painting through each other's and fighting and whatever, but always have one can really focus. Okay, that's some human features practice, some muscle exercise, So memory of these body parts and human shapes. And that was unfinished one. Try to get some little robot guides to build up human flesh. And that's another one in a workshop. Inspiration by Bunnings Warehouse. The pupils are actually installing a garden bed or something like that, or sampling, and people is doing those shipments and use forklifts, and people are loading or unloading and doing their woodcraft. Yeah, and with a topside wheel. And that's from a bakery. A donkey accidentally break in the kitchen, and all those cookers and kitchen hands and cats are mess around and come up to the front. Those the customers and the waiters and the pigs running into it as well. So it's purely contemporary drawing. That's kinds of a witchcraft too. When I'm drawing these, I didn't do any draft, so it just flowed. That's a Chinese warrior from ancient time. And that's a few of the inspirations for the new drawing. And that's my neighbor. And that's another scene as well. The elephants come to destroy a village of little guys running around. Some of these just my imagination, and it doesn't have storyboard, so I just draw it and draw one and then go to the perspective. I like that one. That's the charcoal drawing draft. That's another Chinese story as well. Yeah, that's the draft charcoal, and I'm turning into a painting. And that's my little exercise recording the color collection. That's unfinished one, charcoals and gold leaf. That's a sketch for a hotel in Adelaide. And that's a big scene. It's a kind of like a movie, like theatrical kind of story. The vampire and werewolf come to attack with the Asian warriors. They have a fighting and they're spreading their nets to catch humans and turning from a bat. Lots of things happen, but I'm not quite happy with the depth of the volumes in the end. So I create another one behind the scene, and that's the cameraman. And then shooting with the people, the actors and actresses, all those lighting and background scenes, blue screens around. And the lady is very hot in summer, so have her gears underneath, and the assistants smoking while the dry ice is exploding, so nobody noticed. And that's another, the audio captures, basically just in the field camera industrial daily working basis. And that's the makeup room. And the ladies help her customer, or say to actors, to make up his mind, his actions about a werewolf, and then sticking those plastic silicone mold into his face. And that's another practice of humans movement, dancing as the black leather material, how to use the ink to make it different movement, capture characters. And that's few of the watercolors drafting, try to capture the good movement and the combinations as well for the different scenes. Yeah, that's ice skating, cage man doing their drawing, our ancestors. And as I'm doing the dental assistants, my moms and the doctors. And again, lots of practicing and drafting. Okay, so that's about it. Thank you for watching.